You were right. He was fun and blue-eyed. Do not want young girls with no last names. I seen the family's name Rothschild. I know that they're in the files and their name's not on there. So, okay guys, welcome back to another video of Bo Unpacked. Okay, we're gonna dive into the files today. I just wanna show you guys how easy it is to go into the files and just go off one name and just start diving into them and what it just spreads into. If you're like me and want to dive into these files, there's a website now called Webb through Ian Carroll he just created, and it's a really good tool. He's got it available right now. He keeps dropping like availability as we go. It's a great tool. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek of it, but again, I just want to show you guys how easy it is to just dive into one name and then go from there, and how crazy it gets just getting into it. So let's just go, because I got like 20 something tabs to go through. So let's just dive into it. So first things first, Mr. John Brockman. If you guys ain't seen anything about him, he is all over the files, and he sent this email to Mr. Epstein, and as you see, I'm not going to say it on here, but you guys can read. You missed a big event on Saturday. A party with a dozen beautiful East Side, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Sick. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start diving into these files. So first thing I did, obviously, John Brockman, Wikipedia, start going through, checking him out. Polish Jewish Catholic from Boston. He a lot of science stuff. This, you know, as we get through here, you'll notice a bunch of, you know, science, MIT, and I'll keep repeating that as we go. Involved with Prince Andrew, and also in TED Conference. Remember that as well. TED Conference. So as I was looking through here on his Wikipedia, I came down to his books. So he's got some books here that he wrote with some people. So first thing I did, I seen Edwin Schlossberg. Forgive me if I say that wrong. That's this guy. Yeah. He looks like one of them, don't he? And right here, if you scroll down, what does this tell you? Was appointed by the 44th U.S. President Barack Obama. The U.S. Commission of Fine Arts, serving until 2013. So he's got ties like that. Yeah, and his mom, and his wife is Carolyn Kennedy. If you guys don't know who Carolyn Kennedy is, she is the daughter of JFK. She was like 5 years old, I believe, when he was shot and killed. So, you know, they bunch of ties here. There's a bunch of ties, and that's just the beginning, guys. Okay, so after we checked out Mr. Schlossberg, I went back to the books, and I seen this book, The Kinks Chronicles, and I was like, huh, that's a weird title. And then I checked out this guy's name, John Mendelsohn. Okay, that is this guy, and he looks like a weirdo. Okay, that's just my opinion, but he looks like a weirdo. I hate to judge, but he looks like a weirdo. And I seen the end of this description right here that he was talking about. I have made lots of heterophore unpublished fiction and some confessional nonfiction. Available here on Amazon. Never say die. Okay, could just be my ignorance, you know. I apologize, but it just sounds all weird to me, if you ask me. Okay, so after I did that, I went back to the books, started scrolling through again, you know, checking things out, and then I came across this book, The Next 50 Years, Science in the First Half of the 21st Century. So I was like, okay, what's this book about? Clicked on it, and it's edited by the Edge Foundation, and I just seen some recent stuff about the Edge Foundation. I can cover that, but all of it just ties into it. I got so many tabs open here, it would just be too long of a video to go through, but the Edge Foundation all ties into this as well. But the book mainly talks about what the first half of the 21st century is going to be. There's several scientists on there that just give their opinions, what they see, and they talk about quantum physics, which is going to be coming up here soon. So again, here's the book at Barnes & Noble. And then down here, this fascinating, unprecedented book explores not only the practical possibilities of the near future, but also the social and political ramifications of the developments of the strange new world to come. I wonder who else talks about new world and, new world order, and there's new political, new regime, new everything coming about, and we just have to accept it. Yeah, does that sound familiar? I'm pretty sure Marco Rubio just said that things are changing and we just need to start accepting that and moving on. Okay, not us. All right, anyways, here we are on getting into the quantum stuff. This is a opening statement for the book, the opening introduction by John Brockman. He just kind of overviews the book, and he talks about quantum theory. Okay, quantum theory as presented and formulated, or it will need to be modified either to have a sensible physical interpretation or to unify with relativity and cosmology. Wow, that was hard for me to say. What is the quantum theory of gravity? And then, just starts getting into that realm, Big Bang Theory. Okay, so again, you'll see how all this starts tying in as we get deeper into this. Okay, so what I did in the files, I looked up this guy's name because he looks like a weirdo. So I looked him up, and what I came across was this email from Jeffrey to President, okay, which I will get to, who I later found out who that is. Basically, what they're talking about is meeting up to have a concert to see the Mendelssohn 5, which is the Symphony Number 5 by Felix Mendelssohn. Okay, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I don't know my orchestras, but yeah, that's what we're looking at here. Then I dive into this email, where it also has Mendelssohn right there. So that's why when I pulled the emails. So here you see Bard President, okay, which I believe corresponds with President, okay, because they're talking about at the Bard. The Bard President. Guess who's the Bard President at that time? This guy. Guess what he just got busted with? He's all over the files. Huh. Coincidence, huh? Just go and hang out and watch some music? Yeah. I think it was a little more than that, if you ask me. So then I came across this email. And this is from the Berliner Philharmoniker. Okay, that is like the German orchestra or something like that. All right. And I scroll down and I'm reading this and I see this quote. With a final passage like a casting out of devils, the hall was completely breathless with enthusiasm and anticipation of what the future holds. With a final passage like a casting out of devils. Now, what does that sound like to you? that the music was so gentrifying and electrifying and just so vilifying to them that it was like casting out the devils. That's what I got out of it. All right, let's move on. So then I look up that place, Berliner Harmonica or whatever, okay? I look up them and what they got going on. First off, look at their logo. That's weird to me. Just saying. In my opinion, that's weird to me. Let's move on down here. So if you read through this, if you take your own time, I've seen that they were kind of political. Okay, like why is an orchestra political? Again, I could just be totally missing something here or what, but this is weird to me. Why is orchestras getting into political stuff? That's just too weird to me. But anyways, the conductor at that time conducted a performance of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony with the Berlin Philharmonic for Hitler's birthday. Following the end of the performance, Joseph Goebbels approached the podium to shake Führer's hand. The concert led to intense criticism of Furtwängler after the war. So it caused a bunch of controversy that they did that for Hitler, and then that guy came and shook the conductor's hand after it. So, this, and as you look through here, it goes on. It goes on, guys. Each conductor, one conductor after the other. So, it's just red flag, not accusing anything. It's just weird. Okay? It's just really, really weird. All right, so then you see this photo and it's like, that's a really old photo. Okay, that's cool. But then, you look in the background here and you scroll up, it's like, what the heck is that? Look at this. It's got two big statues wearing like these crown things, it looks like. See these right here? Yeah, that just looks weird to me. And then it looks like one's pregnant and one's not, and it's like holding something. It's weird. And this one's got like this weird stance and this one doesn't. I don't know. It's just super weird. And if you look closer, look at this. Again, this is all just me looking in my brain and what I see and what I'm getting out of it, and it just looks weird. This looks like an eye. See the eyelid? See the other eyelid? See the pupil? And mind you, this is not anywhere else. This is not in here. It's not here. It's not here. It's right there in the middle. See that? Yeah, that's just weird to me. Okay, so I looked this up, by the way, and to see where this was. This is, I guess, in the Thomas Jefferson Hall in Washington, D.C. in the library. I tried to find another picture of it, and I couldn't find it. So if you guys can find another picture, please send it to me in my email, or I don't know if you guys can put pictures in the comments on YouTube. I don't think you can, but I got my email in my bio. Send me a picture of it because I couldn't find one. But yeah, this is really weird to me. So then I looked up images of this Berliner place, and this is the outside of the building. Looks like a crown. See that? Looks like a crown there. But yeah, I'm going to scroll through here and you guys can make your own depictions on what stuff looks like. But I don't know, man. This just looks weird. This is really weird. And it's orchestra stuff. You know, like you wouldn't even think that really this could be tied to anything, you know? But then you kind of say, you kind of see that. I mean, I'm not just saying, I'm just saying. All right, let's move on. So, as I was still sifting through trying to find that John Mendelsohn guy, just to see if he was part of anything, I came across this David Agus guy. Okay, so I was like, let's just check him out real quick. He's in the files. What do you know? Him and Mr. Epstein were meeting in New York, and he was looking forward to it. Isn't that funny? And here he is. Here is the contact information and the time that they met. Wednesday, September 26th at 12 p.m. at 12:30. Between 12 p.m. and 12:30. So then I was like, that's weird. Why does it say from Werman's office? Who's that guy? So I'm like, okay, let's dive into him. And again, this whole point of this video is to just show you how everything falls in place with one another and backtracks and so forth. And again, there are several tools out there that is now making it easier to go through these files, which in my future videos, I will be putting these on. But man, guys, we're getting deep into the thick of this stuff. And also too, they said that they released the rest of the files. No, they did not. They did not release the rest of the files. The names that are on there, there's like Elvis Presley and like Janis Joplin and all these other names. They're just putting names on there that was mentioned in the emails. When I'm going through these emails, they get emails. He was getting emails for like advertisements. So like he was getting advertisements for like movies and all sorts of stuff. Music, you name it, he was getting it. So they were just putting those names in there. It's almost like a smokescreen, you know. You know. Also too, I seen the family's name Rothschild. I know that they're in the files and their name's not on there. So, you know, you can make your own opinion out of it. That's just mine. You know, it is what it is, guys. It's just not good on what's going on. Okay. So here's Mr. Werman, and as you can see, I just typed in Werman, guys. That's all I did, and Richard Saul Werman comes up. So I'm like, okay, let me just make sure I got the right guy. Okay. Richard Saul Werman, 1,200 times comes up in the files. Now, I do want to say, just because it says 1,200 times it comes up in the files, there is some files on here, some PDFs that it will have an email and then it will have the same email, but like they faxed it, okay, or they scanned it, okay, so it's like doubled up. So it may say 1,200, but that may not be the actual number because again, it could be doubled up with the same email. I hope that makes sense. But Mr. Werman is in the files as of right now 1,200 times. Since we can't get an actual number, we'll just go off this. Mr. Werman, he is a graduate out of University of Pennsylvania. Okay, he has wrote 90 books and he created the TED conferences. Okay, do you guys remember the TED conference? You guys remember TED? Guys remember that? John Brockman? Brockman's literary dinners held at the TED conference. I'm pretty sure those were called the billionaire dinners. Yeah. See how that all ties? And we're halfway through all my tabs, and we're now referencing back to the very beginning. See how all of this just comes together? So, yeah, Mr. Werman is all tied into this, okay? He is like the guy, okay? So then I go into Grok and I ask if Jeffrey had any ties to Pennsylvania University. And of course, he does. He has documented ties to the University of Pennsylvania, though appear more indirect and peripheral, I hope I said that right, to his well-known connections at institutions like Harvard or MIT. Huh. MIT. Keep that in mind. MIT. MIT. Okay? Also, what else do we see here? Quantum gravity program. Epstein was involved in the quantum gravity program. Interesting. Very, very interesting how that ties together. Huh. Let's just type in who's gone to the island. Let's just get straight, direct, and to the point. Let's just type in go to the island. And of course, a ton of stuff came up. And I came across this name. Very well-known name. Woody Allen. So, also too, I just seen some other stuff that Alex Jones just posted about Woody Allen and what was in the files. I was gonna put that on there as well, but again, I'm just going off of what I was going through at that time and down the line, just so it's more authentic and more, it just all goes in line with each other. So I was like, huh, okay, who else can we find in here? Because that Woody Allen, man, I mean, we all know that these big stars are in here, you know, like Jay-Z. I mean, Jay-Z had his run-ins back in the early 90s with Dame and that whole thing, right? So, you know, it's just odd to see names in there that you wouldn't think, okay? So then I'm like, okay, let me see some more. So then I came across this one. This one says, hi, Leslie. Any chance we can find a flight out to the island tomorrow instead? I've seen the ranch and had a chance to go over things with Redacted. And I'm ready to go to LSJ. Jeffrey recommended as well. Any chance we can find a flight out to the island tomorrow instead? I'm just so eager to get out there. Mr. John C. is just so eager to get out to that island. I've seen the ranch. I've seen the ranch in New Mexico. I've seen it. And now I'm ready for the big boys. I'm ready to go to the big island. Yeah, I'm ready to go there. I shouldn't say big island because it was little island, but I mean, how sick, dude? How sick? Like it was just like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Jeez, man. So let's move on. I thought it was Mr. John C. Riley here, because that was the only thing that came up was John C. There's an Argentina singer, but you know, I highly doubt he's going there. Okay, an Argentina singer. Now, in his defense, I did find out that it is not John C. Riley, but I did find something. I did find something, though. Okay? I'm not going to clock him out. Because he went to this event right here, the AMFAR event, okay? And he was part of the event chair right here, John C. Riley, with none other Mr. Harvey Weinstein. You guys remember Harvey Weinstein? Yeah. Uh-huh. All over them files. He's in my last video as well. Buying pizza at the Oscars from Ellen for $200. Because that's what again, I'm just going to start calling him the Bear. That's what everyone calls him. I'm going to start calling him the Bear. The Bear was getting his massages for $200. And Mr. Harvey Weinstein was buying pizza from Ellen for $200. So, you know, that's just kind of ironic, if you ask me. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. But yeah, I just thought that was a coincidence that John C. Reilly was on the event chair with Harvey Weinstein. And then there's these other list of names, co-chairs, vice chairs, all that. Again, I am not like, I'm just a regular American guy, guys. I know a little bit about this whole world and political world and what's going on and a little bit, but I don't know like everyone's full backstory on everything. So this is all just speculation in my opinion and what I'm seeing and what I find and what I know. So if you guys find anything or want to correct me on anything, do it in a nice way. Don't do it in a mean way. Just, correct me on something if I'm wrong. Or if you got any more information or anything, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like as well. It just really helps out, guys. Let's move on. All right. So then I came across this email. This is where it starts to get a little weird. Okay. Michael Vassar and Michelle Riley. Okay. This is a typo. Okay. This is a typo. Michelle Riley, that is a typo, and I'll show you here in just a second. But they are coordinating with Ann Rodriguez about buying their tickets. Okay. Down here, Michael and Michelle to the island tomorrow. There is a seaborne flight, departs SJ St. James at 11 a.m., arrives STT at 11:40 a.m. $114 each, return to Cape Air at 5:12 p.m., arrive at 5:48. Did you want me to purchase these tickets for them? Michelle was very happy to know you would like them to come. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Let's move on. Let's see how happy, let's see how happy she was when she went to the island. So here's Epstein talking to, sending an email to Josh Bach, and he's all over the files, okay? Let's just put it out there. He's all over the files. Obviously, he's in here. But this is Mr. Epstein sending him an email after that, right after they visited. I like the idea. Can you send me Michael's contacts? He and Michelle were here yesterday. Again. You were right. He was fun. And blue-eyed. It's a very, very odd thing to say about somebody. He was fun and blue-eyed. So then Mr. Josh Bach replied back, glad that you had some fun together. Michael Vassar, Michelle, and this is where I said that it was a typo because I realized right here that it's one L. Because when I looked up with two L's, I didn't really find anything on Michelle Riley. Okay, so I'm like, huh. So then I look her up, which we'll get into. I looked her up and I found her. Okay, but very blue-eyed indeed. Okay, let's just go back real quick. Again, you were right. So they had a conversation that took place before that he even got there, okay? Before this Michael Vassar got there, and said that they were probably, assumingly, talking about how much fun he is and how blue his eyes are. Oh, man. Okay. Fast forward. Here he is confirming that his eyes are very blue indeed, and that he's glad that they had some fun together. Sick. Like this. So this is back in 2015. Okay, wait till I show you this guy. Okay, he doesn't look very old. And back in 2015, that was 11 years ago. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is Mr. Michael Vassar. Okay, he joined in 2009 on Twitter. And I'm like, I just want to make sure that this is him. So I scroll down. I'm looking through his stuff and I start seeing like, like science stuff, physics stuff, just kind of like nerdy stuff. Like stuff that, Mr. Epstein was into, quantum gravity program, stuff like that. Okay. So then I go back up and I'm like, wait a second. His picture. They were talking about very blue eyes. So then you click on it. Got some very blue eyes to me. Got some very blue eyes if you ask me. So then I knew, I confirmed it was, this was the guy. Look how young he looks. Obviously this is probably an old picture, but it's crazy. This is just so mind-blowing how one name can get you this far, find out this much. And these are just little guys. These are just little people. These are just small-time people. Imagine the bigger people and then their connections and then what they're tied to. And it goes so much deeper than we think, guys. And, that's why I'm so grateful now that we can just skim these files now and just so easily. All right, let's move on. So I wanted to look up Mr. Joshua Bach. Okay, this guy. Again, these guys are all like scientists, researcher, just out the realm kind of guys, no hate, no, nothing like that. It's just, that's just the kind of guys that these and woman, these people are tied to Epstein. So this guy, he, if you look through his bio, also from Germany, and you look down through here, he's part of Harvard's program. Again, Epstein has ties to Harvard. So then you keep coming down. And it has a whole article about his ties with Epstein. Okay. Remember MIT? Well, efforts by MIT after connections were revealed between Epstein and Joey Ito and Seth Lloyd. And I believe Seth Lloyd just came up quite a bit recently in the files. So if you guys aren't on X, X is just like exploding right now. So if you're not on X, please get on there, or you can just stick with me and get your information from me. But yeah, X is just like an exploding psycho crazy going on right now with the files. So you guys should hop on that. But yeah, guys, again, this all ties with each other. Check this out. Bach is an active participant in online discussions, podcasts, interviews, conferences, and public lectures about the nature of intelligence and consciousness and the future of AI, including TEDx. Guys, remember TED? You guys remember the creator of TED? Guys, remember that? You guys remember that? Let me bring it up for you. Let me give you a reminder. Yeah, Mr. Werman here. That's why I said he is like the man in this stuff. Okay, all his books. He's got like 90 books. I kind of sifted through them here, but he's got a lot of weird books. Not weird. Some of them are good. A lot of people have good reviews on them. But like this information anxiety one, this is basically about an overload of information that we get And mind you, this was in 1989. He was talking about this, talking about overloaded information and we can't depict on what's true and what's not and all that jazz. Yeah. 1989. And now we're in 2026 getting everything we got now. Imagine. So again, this just goes so far deep and so far back, guys. It is crazy. Crazy. All right, let's move on. So I look up Miss Michelle Riley, and here she is right here. 1L, Michelle Riley, is a scientist and artist and systems thinker whose work resists easy classification. She trained in architecture and art at Cooper Union. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. What do you see right here? That curiosity drew her into mathematics, cryptography, cryptography. I can't even say that. I'm sorry. Cryptography, macroeconomics, and eventually quantum physics. Huh. Her path has been shaped by less credentials than by the gravity of her questions. And then right here, at MIT. What do you know? What do you know? MIT just keeps popping up. Huh. MIT kind of seems like a little hub for something like this, for this stuff. But MIT, where she teaches in the Department of the Mechanical Engineering. So she still works there. Now, this was May 21, 2025. She may not work there currently, but I mean, this is not too long ago. So I just wanted to double confirm that this is the same lady. So I went to go check out her X account. Again, this is her. And if you sift through here, same thing. It's all the same stuff. MIT, physics, quantum, all that jazz, all of it. That's what these people are all about. Okay? And what they met up with Epstein and did, what they talked about, who knows? But it's weird and it's a red flag to me, and I don't like it. I'm talking about having fun with his blue eyes, Mr. Michael Bassar. I love them blue eyes. Okay. So then I was like, what else can we get into? Because if John C. Riley could have been potentially involved, my fiance was like, well, why don't you check out Will Ferrell? Good point. Will Ferrell? Let's check him out. So what did we come across? Please join Will Ferrell, Zach Galifianakis, and Dylan McDermott in the campaign screening, a special screening of Warner Bros. Pictures' The Campaign. And guess who went? Mr. Jeffrey Epstein +2 will attend this screening. Thank you. Interesting. So do you think that they went there and talked to these people? I guarantee you he went there and talked to these people and affiliated with these people. Now, I'm not going to assume anything and say that they, did anything wrongdoing or anything, but of being around in the presence and affiliating and, congregating and all that, oh, you bet your sweet tushy. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Anyways, this is the invitation for it through Peggy Siegel. She's been all over these files as well. I don't really know who she is. I know who Leslie is. Leslie was his secretary. I believe Peggy was too in some sort of way. And then that Ann Rodriguez as well. But again, I'd have to dive into it. I just started looking into all this stuff, guys. And now that I have Webb through Ian Carroll, it's just, I'm so grateful. It just makes it 10 times easier to sift through everything. But Mr. Jeffrey Epstein went, and then this is what is really striking to me at the very end of this last tab here. We're at the very end, guys, so thank you for sticking around. But this right here was the response. Okay, look at this. Do not want young girls with no last names. Do not want young girls with no last names. That's just the first part. With no last names? So what girls were coming around, Peggy, that didn't have last names that you knew about? Huh. Interesting. Because it's pretty clear that you had to make that well known because the press was going to be there. And we can't have that because this is 2012. What? 4 years after he was convicted? I think he was convicted in 2008. So yeah, do not want young girls with no last names. Press will be there. Please over 30. So there's absolutely no question. Got it? Will relay, all redacted. They're covering these people up, guys. They're covering these people up. They are covering these people up. Why do they need to cover these names? Why? What's the point in that? There isn't. Thank you guys all for watching. Give a like. Make sure to leave a comment. I'm sorry this was so long, but I'll try to chop it down a little bit. With everything going on, we just really need to talk about it and just keep asking questions, keep diving into the files, keep doing your due diligence, keep talking to people, go on X, do research, dive into these sites. I will put the link in the description for this, but please keep talking and asking questions. Charlie Kirk, that's what he wanted us to do, right? So that's what we're going to do. We'll see y'all in the next one.